You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
My brothers.
Mad dogs alone.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade!
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Just patch me up as quick as you...
Ugh. They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
It's over. You're finished. Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Too slow. Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Or hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I feel it's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether the inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make... I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother... Well, go on, then. It's not for me. Yes. So, if it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Cid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a...
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left...
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is...
What did you say to me?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has...
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our...
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Cid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Cid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself, Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free City.
A pleasure, my lady.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no, that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord
Lord Underhill.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the...
Indeed, certainly. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices high. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little... And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through...
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. All of them.
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the
The rest, my friend, the stakes I concede are high.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands...
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours. Too slow.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there.
Without you, there would have been no light. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved Dalim.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits, Aragi.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment. First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side.
I saw it with my own eyes.
I can't do it.
My lord.
We received the Dame's mess. There have been sightings of strange creatures.
With the blue eyes. Yeah, they've taken so many.
Akashic, but...
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the...
Then we'll look for her there.
Four left for more on the captain's orders.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our luck.
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my need.
What we need to consider is where
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I heard the flood was spreading, so...
My family.
It's all right.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Assume you have a plan?
We need to find out.
It was all they could do to escape.
alive. Look.
I see them. With me.
Should I bribe?
Save your strength.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones... Now...
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe, but it has solved one. And that's one fewer.
Our friends. To have things under control.
Did you see that?
Tell me you saw that.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you. All yours. All done?
Clive. What is it that you wish to learn? The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at...
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Now's not the time to second. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not... Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you.
If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find the means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
You put me in this situation, Clive.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be...
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. So...
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like... Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. That kindly old fella who haunts...
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harper, and if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients.
You do that. Lest we've...
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Valisthea, a culinary. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't...
So the fabled Sanbriquois delicacy is next. Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for...
Dragon livers. How very Sanbriquois.
One would have thought. The disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. So I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. In which regard, fried mortress of...
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
It's a dream, the four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Seems the hideaway's lost it.
So?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better...
Blueback wyvern liver. And...
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Now then, you stay right where you are. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what... And here we have it. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well...
And rightly so.
So...
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet... it is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of...
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent.
Decent? It's remarkable. Cid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women?
I'll give it some thought.
What do I owe the honor? See that sword of yours stays oiled.
Is everything all right? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats, and she'd never do business with baddies. So I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never...
Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as the wet.
You're doing good trade, then?
What exact? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs, huh?
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you?
All I know is that someone in...
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. But that woman is numb.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to...
No. I reckon you've got back.
Of course. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that... And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking, so that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading the...
Oh, well, that's what...
bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling... Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they... Why, the good
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happened. You'll find her right here,
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not... But it'd be a bolder man than me that... Feeling bold, traveller? Now, if that's all...
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
The finest cell swords in Storm couldn't hold it. Fuck!
The gentleman of the town guard. What a mess. Where do we even start?
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Good girl.
Faster!
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fet so.
That's up die a slow death. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Stay down! Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he only wanted that bull of a manservant. You weren't even supposed to be.
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived. But then you turned... Well, go on then. If you're going to end me...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goods.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
For they are not lies. Every lie...
Goose.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goots, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think the whole thing got me thinking? Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? Though it was just... But I thought the years might have taught you some sense. What was it we called you?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great girl. Out of the way, I can handle... So, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye? Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little... So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything, but he crossed a line, dragging Pug. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? But... What if he...
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Nothing like a dish of cold
I didn't mean to make... I just thought I had to protect you. Like...
Aye. Well, someone had to. Your parents certainly. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do...
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you could...
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, which almost certainly means they had...
Perhaps a visit from Sid.
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they were in the atrium when I last saw them...
The Emperor was impaled on his own.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming!
What do you reckon we should do? I said...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales.
No. Of course it...
Well, not anymore.
And just how long has it?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We...
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembered?
Because that's the only way to become...
Miss Mididol said... The best way I see Alpha...
Well then, your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall... All right. Every piece has its own role to play, and if even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait, maybe...
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goods?
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which means something... This tiny piece is what's called a...
I have.
...when you want to make things...
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have...
You know what part's supposed to move and how. So, let's put the pieces together first.
Not a bad idea. So, now...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's heirs.
Her heirs?
Yeah. Heirs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that?
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
It seems the hideaway has lost its family.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to see how...
Oh, no.
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are properly...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been...
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Cap...
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that, and I'm sure they're very grateful.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Rutherford. Where would he be at Martha's Rest?
Have you heard the latest from Twinside?
My lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Marth, tasked with learning what I am able of, and what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attack. The gears of governance have grabbed the realm threatened. Your lord uncle, however, believe...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted.
Alas.
I have lost contact with two of those colleagues. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic. The other, the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
You wouldn't happen to know. We haven't seen the last of those bastards. But when they attack again...
Run like the wind. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Nice try.
It's over.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but he's...
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before?
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers.
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagine. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
Let the dame hear you say that.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by...
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the...
of the 7 High Houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way back from the old capital.
Bandits.
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but...
Which way did they go?
South, toward...
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Farewell. Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all...
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the Duke.
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen...
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits...
Rockford, if you are to continue, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course, I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along...
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. Where's she going to... Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
Speaking of which, I received word from both.
I only happened to be in the right place at the... They both seem to think the realm's prospects...
I am afraid that Grim Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, and we must work together.
As it is mine.
It's over.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
back. Nice try.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It's... My own men did this. There's a village not far from here.
I'll go. Rest well, Salt. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. Got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of.
Another survivor.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe, thanks to you. You seem familiar.
You must have me
Wait.
Son of a whore. I was there! In Kosnis when you killed my brothers! I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will? Coward!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us! We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity!
How dare you!
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic. Here's a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yode.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Welcome, welcome. Anything else? Of course.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
We sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Delamain, and Northreach.
Hey, Clive. Come to claim your just dessert?
Think you can help?
Opportunity beckons. Who is that?
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor Dread Evis are aggressive beasts.
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. The Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast. Bring me that beast's skin and I will share with you the...
All right.
Of course you will. When one lives in... Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the check... I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will, if there is nothing further.
No.
Your Grace.
The Canva, then?
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under sea.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Be safe.
well.
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh?
Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. Like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Let's try. Here's your...
I worried you might never return. Oh, clearly my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my honored partner.
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Though, do not allow me to keep you from being about.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
You! Finally.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would...
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. In my heyday, no obstacle could have... The answers I seek lie. Would you do an old man a kindness?
Climb the stairs.
And memorize a few... some courteous soul is rumored to have carved... three of them, to be precise. One each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origin...
I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make
How are those new boots treating you?
That's Cyril. Those are not fish.